Hello, Hornets, and welcome back. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving break. I'm Luke Johnson.
And I'm Jayden Means. With fall sports coming to a close and winter sports starting up, we find ourselves in between seasons.
So, we're shining a light on a sport that can be played all year round.
We also recount the first game of the winter sports season.
Finally, we'll show what some say is the best part of the football season.
All this and more coming up in this edition of Hornet Nation. So Luke, what did you do over Thanksgiving break?
Not much. Watched the Lions lose again and played some video games.
Yeah, that reminds me. Apparently there's an esports team at the University of Michigan.
Really?
Yeah, Mackenzie Lucas tells us more.
Whippy behind the entire enemy team?
Behind? It's speed amp in, force out the lamp.
Wait comes out.
Esports is a fairly new topic that has grown every year as technology develops. But it's now gotten large enough to spark interest within smaller communities. One of the communities being the University of Michigan, where within the past 6 years, an esports organization has developed. Now, the question is, what is esports?
Esports is competitive gaming, basically. Spans all different genres of games, but generally it centers around competing at the game.
But it's all about taking video games up to a higher level and forming teams and working together.
Overwatch, which is one of the largest growing esports in the industry, is a 5 versus 5 first-person shooter where you face off for different objectives and goals.
And I think what really sort of defines Overwatch and makes it different from other first-person shooter games is a heavy emphasis on ability usage and MOBA-like aspects, which really means that it's not 100% about mechanical skill, your ability to aim, your ability to shoot, or about your ability to think and predict what enemies are going to do. You have to excel at both to be really good at the game.
But it takes much more than just showing up to a tournament to make a good team.
Communication is a huge part of it. We want to assemble a team that not only is a similar skill level, but do they have synergy? Can they communicate with each other, make call-outs, and also just get along well?
Sometimes esports aren't always competitive. If you're looking for something more casual, UMich also hosts community events.
A lot of our teams tend to have just open nights where even if you're not on a team, you can come in and play with members of our teams and join in the community that way.
The rise of esports isn't just confined to the University of Michigan. In fact, there are over 175 collegiate-level esports teams that have sprouted around the U.S. If you're interested in joining a team, you may want to keep that in mind when applying to colleges. Reporting for Hornet Nation, I'm Mackenzie Lucas. Back to you in the studio.
Well, thanks, Mackenzie. If you have any interest in finding out more, you can join the U of M Esports Twitch channel at twitch.tv/UMichEsports or scan the QR code in the box to the right.
The hockey season kicked off with a scrimmage against Riverview Community High School on November 12th. Here's Nick Roman with the game of the week.
Our varsity hockey team played in a scrimmage against Riverview Gabriel Richard on November 12th. Head coach Kyle Zagata and team captain Tristan Trier gave us their thoughts going into the scrimmage and shared their plans for the season.
You know what? I love our depth. We have a couple high-end returning defensemen. We add in a couple young guys that I'm really excited about on the back end. But then also up front, I'm really excited about our depth up front. A lot of guys that know the expectations, that know my style of play, that know what's expected of them. And they go out there and they get the job done. So I'm really excited about our depth, especially with our conference play here, and I'm excited about what we can do this year.
I'm looking forward to just enjoying the last year with my friends. For a lot of these players, I've been playing with them for 4 years, so for me, it's kind of a last year to really enjoy myself. I'm excited to play. I'm excited to be the captain on this team and hopefully lead this team to a regional title.
This was a very back and forth game between two evenly matched teams. Riverview took a 2-1 lead into the final period. The Hornets were able to tie the game at 2-2. However, a late Riverview goal ultimately sealed defeat for the Hornets. Despite the loss, the team still has high hopes for the season as they aim to make it back to the regional championship this year. Reporting for Hornet Nation, I'm Nick Roman. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Nick. Next up, the Hornets take on Midland at Yost Ice Arena on December 3rd and return home to the Ice Cube with an SEC face-off with Skyline on the 8th.
You know, we talk a lot about sports and the clubs that support them, but there is a huge extracurricular that we haven't covered.
Really? What?
The marching band. Today, for the first time in Hornet Nation history, Chris Blakenbaker introduces a big part of our school's spirit. Saline proudly presents the Saline High School Marching Band.
Though the cheers of the crowd are often loud, they cannot be matched by the joying and deafening sounds of the Saline Marching Band. The band brings the energy to all of the home football games and provides an overabundance of school spirit for the audience, students, and players. With their season coming to an end, the band met up for one last time to celebrate all of their hard work. Mr. Lamon gives us his thoughts on the season.
I thought this was a great year. We always loved the Friday Night Lights experience in Saline. We had a great team this year. We always have great cheerleaders, great dance team. We're fun to be a part of that. And of course, great student section and great crowd. It's just the best Friday Night Lights experience anywhere around that I know of. We have a place for everybody that would like to do this. If you're coming in, the 8th grade students or any band students or choir students or orchestra students that are now a part of those groups, we'd love to have you with us. It looks like something that might be hard and you wonder, could I do this or not? We have great student leaders. They'll teach you and they'll coach you up, and we'd love to have you with us.
This year's senior class had a tough 4 years and faced many challenges due to COVID.
They were sophomores when the band was not able to do their normal experience that fall. And then we're part of the leadership team bringing back all the traditions and cultures of the band that really couldn't happen for about a year and a half there. And so they were very instrumental in making that tradition and positive inclusivity of the band and energy and all that, bringing all that back and passing that on to the younger people.
Reporting for Hornet Nation, I'm Chris Blankenbaker. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Chris. Though the marching band's football season has concluded, you can still see the band play at their upcoming holiday parade in downtown Saline on December 3rd at 7 p.m. We know the marching band will continue with their amazing performances, so be sure to check them out.
Well, that's all for this show. Tune in next Wednesday for upcoming sports news, new activities, and more.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter for the latest show updates at Nation Hornet, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Instagram at Saline Video. I'm Jayden Means.
And I'm Luke Johnson.
Have a great day, Hornets.